What is up, guys? It's DMurph, and today we're going to talk about self-identity, one of my favorite topics. Alright, don't worry, this is going to be so interesting. Don't go anywhere. Come on, sit down and listen to this. Throughout life, we use tools to make things easier. For example, have you ever tried digging dirt with your fingernails? How about with a shovel? I bet that was a lot easier, right? Another example, have you ever tried cutting a piece of paper with a chainsaw? How about with scissors? Again, that was a lot easier, wasn't it? Our personality is our greatest life tool. We're going to use our personality from birth all the way till the day we die. And the person that understands and builds on and uses to their best advantage their personality is a very happy individual. They're a very successful individual. Who you see yourself as and what you base life off of comes largely from your personality. What makes you different and unique? What do you like and what do you not like? What makes you feel hurt and what makes you feel happy and loved? All of these things build into our self-identity. And one of the coolest things, guys, that I've found is it's called the Myers Briggs Typing Test. And there's 16 different personality types. And each personality type has 8 functions, 4 strong ones and 4 inferior functions. And there are so many different combinations that make up all these different people. I know you guys have heard about it, extroverted, introverted. You know, are you a thinker or are you a feeler? And that largely defines how people interact with the world. Now, I found out about this test about 4 or 5 years ago. And I've been studying it on and off. And the more I look at it and the more I learn about it, I can tell you all that it has almost nailed me to a T. Your personality is kind of like a car. Everybody has cars and they're all somewhat similar, but they can also be very unique and different. And that's how you drive around life and navigate life, is through your personality. So to get into this a little deeper, an example I would like to use is my little sister is an introvert and I'm an extrovert. I love people, I get so much energy. Just talking to you right now is getting me excited. And so my little sister's an introvert, right? And she enjoys people, but she needs time to kind of sit and think and analyze the world and figure things out before she goes back out and interacts again. It energizes her to analyze. And so what makes me feel good is being around a bunch of people and having fun or making videos. Sometimes I look over my little sister sitting on the couch and it looks like she's doing absolutely nothing. But as an introvert, that's very energizing. And it's so important to understand these differences so that we know what makes us happy. And also, whenever we're interacting with other people, we understand what makes them tick, why they do what they do. People are a large part of our life, and that's going to be another video I'm going to make right after this one, is relationships. So, I know you all are dying to know, and I'm just dying to tell you guys, what kind of personality, what did Myers Briggs say about me? So I'm an ENFP, right? ENFP is extroverted, intuitive, feeling, and perceiving. It's this pretty laid back, very energetic, very sociable, somewhat analytical person. And I have strengths and I have weaknesses. For example, since I'm an extrovert, sometimes I can feel like life isn't going well when I'm not interacting with people. And I have to sit down and think, oh wait, I'm not hanging out with people. So that's why I feel down. It's not because life isn't going well. It's because my stronger functions and my stronger personality types are not being fed. And so then you go, oh, life isn't as good as it's supposed to be. I don't feel good. But really, it all gets down to, what personality type are you? So the next part of your personality, the part that can change, the part that's dynamic and you have control over, is your experiences. What you've experienced through life as a child, as a young adult, and then as an adult, shapes and develops who you are and how you see and view things. And the really cool thing about experiences is we can overcome past negative experiences and put a positive spin on life, and then we can also control and decide what we go out and do. And I've even heard that if you have a new experience, maybe once a week, or if you're really, really hardcore, once a day, it helps stimulate imagination because you're seeing a new thing and your mind is opening up to new concepts. So experiences are a very large part of what builds us up as a person. And that's really the differentiator. You think there's more than 16 different types of people. Myers Briggs can't nail it all down. And it does a good job of giving us, information that we can kind of understand and control and think about. But when you factor in all of our different experiences, all of our different backgrounds, and everything that we want to be, it makes people so unique and so different. And what I would say about your experiences is this is the part that you can control. Whenever you think about what you want to be in life, or if you're hung up on a struggle or a situation, you can begin to hunt down and pursue new experiences and new stimulations to help you grow and develop into that great, awesome person that you want to be. For example, whenever I'm feeling a little down or not like I'm on top of life, kind of borderline, depressed or something like that, I found if I go to a park and get out of my house and get out of the city and walk around a park and see nature and not have so many things going on, it brings a lot of calmness and peace to me. And so that's an experience. And another thing, whenever you watch these how to be successful videos and everything, they tell you to go out and seek a successful person, to learn from them, to see what they're doing. And you take on their experiences and then begin to do those things that these successful people are doing yourself, creating your own experiences so that you can become and turn into this very successful person. Once a year, I go on vacation just so I can see the greater, bigger things of life. I live in a big city and in a fairly small house in the suburbs, and things can become a little, I would say, suffocating being in that kind of place. But to go out and see something so awesome and so inspiring will put me back on top of things, will get me passionate and inspired for life. Ma said just to be myself. And when you get into Myers Briggs typing, that's very, very good advice. Because I'm an extrovert, I probably never will be an introvert, so I have to accept that. And then with your experiences, that is an area that you can control to a degree. Sometimes things happen to us and we have no control over it, and we just have to make the best of it. Every one of you has a unique personality that is very good at doing the things that are its strengths. It's very important to focus on that and to develop that and grow that. It'll make you much more happy and a lot less frustrated. Explore your personality type. Explore your experiences. Learn about these things. What I had to do is listen to somebody else that knows, and then get to a point where I know. And now I place things in my life and I do things that I know build on my unique self-identity and my personality. Some final points for y'all before you go off and enjoy the rest of your day. 1, once you understand your personality, you can begin to build on it. There are many people in life that never really understand their personality, and so they really don't have a good idea of self-identity. And so they spend years doing things that don't really make them feel alive. And then they wake up with midlife crises or feeling really depressed about life. It's vital to find out who you are as young as you can, and then build on that and grow on that. That way, when you're midlife or late life, you'll look back on what you did and be very, very proud of it, very happy of it, and you'll want it to be there. For example, when I was younger, I thought it'd be really cool to be a baller, to have all this money, to work really hard, and be this man of industry. But whenever I really started to look into my personality, it's more of a creative, discovery-based, very people-oriented type personality. So I'd still work hard, but what I focus on now, instead of being the guy that's made it, who has tons of money, I focus on developing my relationships and developing my analytical skills and getting excited about things and spreading that energy around. And that helps me achieve success, because my personality type won't be happy just being rich or just being wealthy. My personality type has to do it in a way that feels authentic. And so I threw out this idea that society had taught me and that had conditioned me into, and I started to develop my own version of success, and I can tell you I am so much happier now than I've ever been in my life. For your second point, try to understand your weaknesses. This kind of goes back to the Myers Briggs typing, but every personality has their inferior functions and their weaknesses. When we focus on building our weaknesses, we gain more understanding about the world, and then we gain an appreciation for other personalities that can do things that we can't do very easily. The weakness of an ENFP, and this is a little embarrassing to admit, is I really don't have a good memory for remembering things in the past. And there are some people that can remember every word in a conversation that happened a year ago and even tell you what you're wearing, because their minds are much more able to access past information. That person has a strength over me. Now I can work on remembering things and details of the past and words and conversations and stuff. But really, my natural place is to be forward thinking, forward moving, very creative. And so I need those people in my life to help me remember past events and to help bring out the deep details of history. And together we get the full picture. You know what I'm saying? All right, guys. Thank you for watching. I hope this was really interesting. Y'all have a great day, and high five.